Hey Cancer, I'm here to do your love reading for the month of August 2019. So for your overall energy, you have the 10 of discs, but you have sadness on top of this. And you also have death here, right next to this. So this is going to be symbolic for some of you of being sad over a commitment that had to end. That's very straightforward with the meaning of these two card placements here. You felt like you were being very faithful to this entire situation, and this is going to be a past scenario for some of you because you have the Ace of Wands that is starting for you, Cancer. You have 3 aces in your reading. At the bottom of your deck, which is basically the outcome position for me, you have the Ace of Wands and you have service on top of this. So you are going to be dealing with a particular person in the month of August, more than likely towards the end of August, who is going to want to take you out on dates, who is going to want to pamper you, who is going to want to open the doors for you, pay for your dinner, that kind of thing. It's my courting card, especially on top of your Ace of Wands, which is a new passionate beginning. But you've definitely had to close out something from the past, something that you felt you were very faithful to, something that was a commitment. And for others of you, the 10 of discs is going to have a financial aspect to it. It can also be symbolic of having to walk away from certain family members or a certain family dynamic that you were involved with. And this is something that came to an end as a number 10, something that had to transform because it basically, it was time for it to transform. And it was not making you happy because you have melancholy or sadness on top of this. For some of you, you may have been dealing with a Scorpio specifically. I'm also seeing Libra here. I'm seeing fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and I'm also seeing earth signs, so Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, because you do have the Knight of Discs in your energy. But back to your 3 aces, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Discs here, and the Ace of Cups. So you do have a new beginning happening for you, Cancer, but it's like it's on the heels of something that you've had to walk away from. And this was a very tumultuous kind of transformation that you had to go through. This is something that happened on like a soul level. And I feel like you were kind of like the butterfly in the situation because you have butterfly on top of your Ace of Discs. So transforming yourself and maturing into a totally new person. You feel like you're a new person, Cancer, based on what you've been through. And you not only have 3 aces, but you have quite a lot of major arcanas here. You have 3 major arcanas: death, judgment, and justice. You are going to have your justice, especially towards the end of August. If you're dealing specifically with a Libra, I feel like they're in deep despair over you because of this justice that you've been presented with. So justice is definitely going to make an appearance this month for you, Cancer. This is after a very sad situation that you've had to deal with. And I want you to pay attention here to these 3 aces, because even though you've been through a lot, you're about to start something brand new, not only financially, but in love, because you have the Ace of Cups in your energy. And you have the Thought Lenormand on top of this. So even though you're going to be presented with a new beginning in love or a new offer in love, you're manifesting this. This is in your energy. So you're going to make this happen energetically from a soul level. But when this is presented to you, Cancer, you're going to be in deep thought about it because of what you've been through in the past. Now, I also want to give you a slight warning that I'm seeing here. You have the Knight of Discs in your energy. So some of you are going to be taking on that energy of an earth sign who is very, you're going to be very business focused, very much concerned about your money, your finances, and putting that as a number 1 priority. But if you're dealing with a Knight of Discs character, this is again an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or someone who is very occupied by their career and by their finances. They're showing up as a foe. They're showing up as someone who's not on your side, someone who may not have your best intention at heart. You also have messenger on top of this. So you're going to be receiving communication from this person, okay? But Spirit is protecting you at this time, Cancer, protecting you from certain people that you're just supposed to not be with. People that are just not on, they're not right for you. It's like you're being protected on a soul level here. You're being kind of guided onto your path, and the people that are not supposed to be with you on that path are not going to be able to blindside you. They're not going to be able to be a foe to you. They're not going to be able to harm you in any way, emotionally or any other way. And you have judgment here. So again, you're being protected by Spirit, because this is kind of like my card for being able to see through people, being able to call judgment on someone. This is very karmic. You're going to have a karmic situation absolutely this month that's going to unfold for you, and it's going to lead you to the Ace of Discs, which is a brand new beginning that is very stable, and it has a financial aspect to it. And you're going to feel a lot freer when this happens. You're going to kind of break off certain emotional chains that have been keeping you down for a while, because justice is going to be on your side, because you're going to be feeling that karmic justice is due in this situation, and Spirit is going to be protecting you and making sure that that happens. And this is going to make you feel a lot freer. So there's definitely a new opportunity being presented to you. Again, this is happening towards the end of August or into the beginning of September as well for some of you. Now, you were dealing with someone who was not very honest, because you have the Princess of Wands here and you have falseness. The Princess of Wands in this deck can definitely be someone who is not trustworthy, someone who is acting like a player, someone who is immature, someone that just wants to have a good time and be very frivolous and doesn't want to take anyone seriously. They just want to be the life of the party and have all the attention on them. I don't feel like this is your energy, Cancer. I feel like this is someone that you've been dealing with, especially because it was in your past position here. So you have foe on top of your Knight of Discs, and you have falseness on top of your Princess of Wands. So just be careful of who you're dealing with in the month of August. They may not be exactly as honest as you may think they are, okay? Especially if you notice that certain characteristics within their personality is just seeming to be very immature again, okay? Now, you do have the Seven of Swords right next to this. Again, that's definitely symbolic of sneaky behavior, lies, deception. You did have falseness on top of this, clarifying it. And I am hearing sirens go off in the background in my neighborhood. So, again, that's kind of like the judgment call. Spirit's going to be sounding those alarm bells for you, Cancer. If there's anyone around you that's not trustworthy, it's going to become very obvious to you, because you are being protected divinely. Okay. Again, with the Seven of Swords here, futility, falseness, and stability on top of this. Be very careful. I also want you to pay attention to your finances, Cancer. If you are signing anything that's, a contract or a documentation or property or financial wealth or anything to do with I just heard the word rights. I want you to be very careful of exactly what you're signing. Make sure you're paying attention to the fine print. Make sure you're thinking things over, because we are in Mercury retrograde's shadow period up until the middle of August. You may want to double check certain things that you are contractually agreeing to, because I am seeing property on top of the Seven of Swords. You may just be living with someone as well, or again, sharing finances with someone, or someone may even come to you asking for help financially, something to do with finances. There's someone that just is not trustworthy in this picture here. And if someone is coaxing you into some kind of a fast track commitment, something like, oh, we can move in together, we can get married really quickly, Spirit is saying here to take it slow, because there's definitely red flags surrounding this person, okay? And let me just double check what's underneath your Ace of Wands. The Two of Pentacles change. you're going on a totally different path, and this is definitely protection here, because it's like you've diverted. Like you were on a specific path and you had to change directions, because now it's like you avoided something here. The 10 of Wands, oppression, another ending with the number 10. For some of you, you're going to be presented with having to leave behind a situation in order to enter into this Ace of Discs, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups scenario with the Fool here. So you are embarking on a new journey after oppression, after a period of really having to carry the weight of everyone on your shoulders. And you're making the choice to create this change. I'm just seeing you go in a completely opposite direction. Diversion. I keep hearing the word diversion, diverting pathways in order to avoid something or avoid someone who's just not really there for you. But justice is on your side, Cancer. Judgment is going to happen for you this month, a judgment call. You making a judgment call with regards to that decision, okay? I feel like for some of you, you're going to turn down someone from your past, and it's going to make them feel like they're in a state of despair, but it's because of how they've treated you in the past, what they've put you through in the past. And again, if you're showing up as the Knight of Discs, you're being very savvy with your financial decisions, because you're seeing people's ill intent towards you a mile away. And again, you're going to be presented with a new love offer with all of these aces, but you're going to be in deep thought about this, because for some of you, there is someone from your past knocking on your door with judgment here, okay? So how you're feeling about this person, Cancer, it says make the effort reversed. So you're no longer wanting to put the effort into someone who was not making the effort towards you. And this had to do with illusion. This had to do with secrecy. You're hiding your emotions from this person because you're preserving yourself. You feel like you have to preserve your emotions from this person and not be completely upfront with the amount of love that you have for them or the amount of interest that you have with them, kind of keeping them at bay, because there was secrecy and illusion with the Moon here. And I feel like for some Cancerians, you're going to pull back and see how much effort someone shows you first. And you also have very soon, and it says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And you did have the Two of Pentacles underneath your Ace of Wands. So decision, you're going to have to make a choice. Do you want to embark on a new love interest with someone? Or do you want to remain single at this time and heal from a past situation that was very difficult? Because I am getting the feeling of healing around you, or like a nurturing vibe. And I feel like you're kind of having to be like the mother figure for yourself in order to nurture your heart. And that is very much like you, Cancer. You are the mother in the zodiac sign, so you are nurturing yourself back to health, back to emotional health. But you're going to have to make a decision very soon, because you are going to be presented with this choice here. And you have the Six of Pentacles. I feel like there's someone's knocking on your door, figuratively or literally, because this man is just watching her from afar. And he's like standing in the doorway, and she does not want to show her emotions to him. She also is drinking in this depiction, so just watch out for overindulging in that way, or self-soothing in unhealthy, toxic ways that are not healthy for you. And she has her foot on an Ace of Pentacles. So again, kind of holding off on a new beginning because you're healing. And for some of you, you are going through depression. But there's definitely someone who is kind of waiting outside for you to make a choice or to let them in emotionally. Okay. So Cancer, we're going to take a look at how this person is feeling about you and also the outcome of the situation. I did pull a lot of cards because we're going to delve deeper into the situation because I was seeing some red flags, and I'm going to tell you the outcome of this person's intent towards you, okay? And I did pull some oracle cards for you. We're going to take a look at those as well. Stay tuned for the preview of the extended reading at the end of this video, and also if you want to look at the full version of the extended readings, they're over on patreon.com/tantric tarot, and I'll talk to you all next month. Bye-bye, Cancer. But they're not being as vulnerable as they could be. They're definitely holding back as well. You may not hear from them for a while. They may only express certain messages to you like towards the end of August. This may take some time, okay? Because they're definitely withholding. They're withholding their own emotions with the Four of Pentacles on top of this. They're being difficult to get a hold of as well.